We are reading
Corduroy.
A classic by Don Freeman. Corduroy. Okay, buddy boy. I loved this book when I was a little boy. Corduroy.
Dad, stop getting your arm over my head.
I'm sorry, bud. Story and pictures by Don Freeman. Let's see. Copyright Don Freeman, 1968. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. Can you point to him? Which one is Corduroy? Yep, it's the bear. What else do you see in there? What is that?
I don't know.
A doll?
A doll, princess, giraffe, bunny, elf.
Elf?
No.
Maybe a clown?
Yeah, clown.
Maybe it's an elf clown.
No,
Or
it's
clown
a clown.
elf.
No, it's only a clown.
The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Look at all those people. Look at all those people, Jude. Oh, got a little baby hand here. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's eyes, into his bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, that's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost the button to one of his shoulder straps." "Oh, did you notice that?" "Jude, did you notice that? He's missing one of the buttons. I didn't notice it over here, did you?" "Oh, sure enough, he's missing it in that picture too." How do you think he lost it?
Don't know.
Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. Oh, look at his face. Poor little guy. "I didn't know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight I'll go and see if I can find it." Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. That's like, look, see, there's an escalator like in the mall where we were today, Jude. Look, and he's going up the escalator just like you did.
And she's not stepping on the red.
That's right. You don't step on the red. They don't have red over here, do they? Maybe they didn't have the red stripes on escalators back then. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him.
You mean excavators?
Escalators. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an...
Excavator.
And up he went. Uh-oh. Could this be a mountain, he wondered. I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor. And there before his eyes was a most amazing sight. Wow. Look at that. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." He wandered around, admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And up he crawled onto a large, thick mattress. All at once he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button," he cried, and he tried to pick it up, but like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. He yanked and pulled with both paws until, pop, it came off. Off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled. Ah! Bang into a tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a crash. Oh boy, he looks like feels like he's created some trouble, huh? Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. "Now, who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Oh, somebody must be hiding around here." Uh-oh. Now he's going to be looking for Corduroy. He flashed his light under and over sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all, and there he saw 2 fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the covers. Who's that, Jude?
Corduroy.
"Hello," he said. "How did you get upstairs?" Think Corduroy's going to talk back to him? Looks like he's not. The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator. Down they go. Escalator. And set him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. Look, they're all asleep too. Sound asleep. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning. And there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he'd seen only the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home." Oh, look at her. She saved her own money. She's going to buy that bear. "Shall I put him in a box for you?" the saleslady asked. "Oh, no, thank you," Lisa answered. And she carried Corduroy home in her arms. Look at that.
Look at Margot.
She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight to her own room. Boy, look at her face. Doesn't she look excited? Doesn't she look happy?
I'm going to watch after this.
Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. Oh, do you see that?
I can't see a little bed.
Look closely. It's right next to the big bed.
Oh.
There it is. Yeah. Who do you think is going to sleep there? Corduroy. The room was small, nothing like the enormous palace in the department store. "This must be home," he said. "I know I've always wanted a home." Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. I like the way you are, she said. But you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened. What is she doing, Jude?
Throwing the button.
Yeah, she sure is. She's fixing his overalls. You must be a friend, said Corduroy. I've always wanted a friend. Me too, said Lisa, and gave him a big hug. Look at that.
Let's watch this one.
Don't they look happy?
Let me watch this one.
It's good to have friends that accept you for exactly who you are.
I'm gonna watch this one.
Okay.
But can I push